Russ Wilson had a press conference with the New York Giants. Congrats to New York Giants. Felt professional.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't it? It felt professional. $10.5 million guaranteed, up to $21 million for incentives. A one-year deal for Russell Wilson to be a member of the New York Giants. You know, he got his welcome to the city at Madison Square Garden. Very similar to what Aaron Rodgers had a few years back. All the Giants fans go crazy. Russell Wilson spins at his first completion as a Giant.
Nice.
Obviously at Madison Square Garden. He said, go Big Blue.
Yeah.
So that is what I guess all Giants fans, and we all need to understand that is what we are rolling with or riding with if we should. Consider it a little bit better this season for the Giants. Win total goes from 3.5 to 5.5 though post press conference. How do you feel about that, Bruce Brown? And how did day one, basically, of Russell Wilson as your quarterback go?
It was amazing. You know, it was just welcoming Russ home. He looked right at home at MetLife Stadium, looked right at home at Madison Square Garden. The Go Big Blue, I don't know.
That's what you guys say.
I've never really heard much of that.
What if it's the Go Big Blue Crew and you guys say Go BBC?
I like
That's
that.
sweet.
Now we're talking.
Yeah, now we're talking.
Can you say it, Bruce?
What if you guys say that?
Go Big Blue Crew.
Yeah, and then but for short.
But, like,
Yeah.
No, dude.
BBC.
Say it, Bruce.
Yeah,
Say
that's what you guys can
it,
do
Bruce.
over there. That's what you guys can do over there.
Yeah, that's
I mean, I
good.
guess we're in kind of a workshop stage of what the chant would be, but
Yeah.
Go Big Blue, man. That's what we're doing, and our win total's bumping just because of pictures, promos, pressers, and a throw at Madison Square Garden. We got to like that.
Yeah, you gotta love it. And I do think 5.5 is probably an appropriate number. Now you can probably think about that under.
He said 3.5 was appropriate yesterday.
Yeah, it was, but now it's 5.5, and you know,
they're giving me two. Okay.
No, I mean things are looking up. We have a professional quarterback that can read the defense and throw the ball down the field, and that'll be a nice
The internet
reprieve.
took a shot at your quarterback.
Whose?
They said this is a good sign. Danny Dimes would have shit his pants and checked it down to Sierra in the front row.
Okay. Everybody needs to relax. Danny Dimes
what the
is in
internet said.
open competition with Anthony Richardson.
Yeah, he's more of a New York Rangers guy. You know, they got mostly khakis and all that in attendance, and they don't do the ball throwing display.
Speaking of superstars, Russell Wilson and Sierra obviously took a photo together. There was rumors that New York was a desirable destination for Russ, Sierra, and their family a couple years back. He ends up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now he's with the New York Giants. Tone Diggs, obviously, Russ brought some exciting times to the Pittsburgh Steelers for a good portion of the season. It did not end well. And then the other day you said, we do not want him back as a Pittsburgh Steeler. Why is that? And what did you say to New York Giants fans?
He did come in. He took the offense from 21st to 12th when he came in, when he took over for Fields. And like those first 6 games, like it was awesome. He was slinging it all around. And we had that Bengals game where he put up 45 points. And then ever since then, it was a bit of a downfall. Lost the last 5, obviously. I don't know. It just seemed like I don't know if he didn't get along with the locker room or what happened, or if he didn't get along with Arthur Smith. Those are the reports. But it didn't feel like the Steelers wanted him back because there was never a reported offer. It was reported that Russell wanted to go back to the Steelers. But I assume if he wanted to go back and if there was an offer, he would have taken it. So it just kind of fell to the Giants. It felt like at this point the Steelers want Aaron, or they are okay with Maystog and potentially drafting someone, but that's kind of like where we're at right now.
And the Aaron story is an interesting one.
Yeah.
Because there's obviously Kwesi Adofo-Mensah, which is a Ghana name, Ghana heritage name, even though from
Cherry Hill, New Jersey.
Because whenever we see him speak, we go, this guy looks so young. Like, we forgot how young he looks. He spoke about, the entire quarterback room and his situation. In a way, a lot of people are reading into it is he didn't close the door on Aaron Rodgers. And he even alluded to, ideally, basically, J.J. McCarthy would be the starter. But no doors have been closed, although there has been a lot of alluding to J.J.'s time. Then also there's been a lot of chatter about Kevin O'Connell's relationship with Aaron Rodgers. And is Aaron Rodgers waiting to see if the Minnesota Vikings want to make a play for Aaron? Or is Aaron potentially contemplating not playing at all? Or what is he doing with the Pittsburgh Steelers? And is he just buying or waiting, trying to figure it all out and trying to see what's the best option for him? But I guess as the Vikings conversation remains, which it is still, there's people that say, I don't think so. Whenever they read some of the quotes or hear some of the quotes, then there's some people that are saying, hasn't said no either. Then you look at the team and you think about what Aaron can do and what Aaron does best. Accuracy and reading a defense. That is kind of what Aaron Rodgers does. The Kevin O'Connell offense, what do you need? You need to be able to read a defense, and you need to be accurate because you're going to have to make tight window throws. But you're going to have to know that you're going to make those tight window throws. So that's reading the defense. He has both those things at his age. That team is loaded. They were playing for the number 1 seed in the NFC on week 18 against the Detroit Lions. So obviously they lose, quick exit out of the playoffs. Nobody wanted that for the Vikings. But from a team perspective, with B-Flow leading that defense and Kevin O'Connell's offense, with the amount of weapons they have, if you're Aaron Rodgers and you're hearing that there's still a chance you could potentially go there, wouldn't you want to know if that is true or not before deciding anything for the first time in your free agency period? That's kind of where we stand, seemingly, with the Aaron Rodgers saga. That's seemingly where we're at.
Yeah, and it makes sense. I mean, why would he rush to make a decision now if he thinks that that door is even open like 5% of the way? Like, I think a lot of people would assume that he deep down, or like just when you look at the situation as a whole, that he would maybe prefer to play for the Vikings as opposed to the Steelers, although the Steelers kind of seems like the slam dunk option right now. But this just, it's like we've talked time and time again how this is going to be the last decision he makes in terms of what team he's going to play for his entire career. Or he's going to just be done. One of the two. So it's like, if that's the case, and you think that this is even a slight, like the least bit of an option, and you kind of want to go there, then like he's going to continue to take his time.
We are just speaking as people that are watching it all unfold publicly, as all of you are. We have no extra information. AJ Hawk will be back next week. He's on spring break with his kids this week. We're hoping they're having a great time. We'll try to pressure him into letting us know if he's been told anything. He won't say it. Damn word.
Nope.
And does it last in the next? Like there's so many.
Yes.
I think we all kind of are wondering the same thing, but I think the conversation that's missing from some people is like huge decision for Aaron Rodgers. This is a huge for his life.
Yeah.
For his future. For his leg, there's a lot on the line here whenever it comes to making this particular.
I feel like the good part for if you're a Steelers fan and like you're like, all right, come on, make a decision. At this point, I don't think it matters. Like if Aaron comes and plays on the Steelers, it's most likely a 1-year deal. It shouldn't affect their draft situation this year. Like if they're going to draft a quarterback this year, I don't think if Aaron's there or not should affect it or whatever, because it's going to be either they're going to sit behind Aaron and learn a ton, or they're going to compete with Mason and be a starter potentially. But I mean, it could be till Midsummer's Night that at this point that we're going to get a decision. Yes.
Well, and also it could be Midsummer's Night or maybe the orange blossom moon in your eyes. But honestly, I mean, it could be whenever.
I'm sorry. I wouldn't.
The Giants said they're done.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yep.
Yeah.
They either got intel that they were no longer in, or they said we need a decision before the draft, obviously, because there's a lot that hinges upon it, and maybe said it wasn't able to do that. We don't know. Once again, we do not know, but that is clearly what happened in the Giants building. It's like for the Pittsburgh Steelers, they signed Mason Rudolph. Let's assume that they have interest in somebody in this draft at quarterback position.
Potentially.
And now they move. Good luck, Aaron. We're pulling for you, buddy.
At this point, I kind of want him to wait till after OTAs because I don't want to hear the bullshit about he's got to go to Gaza or the pyramids or whatever and fucking check those out and miss OTAs or whatever.
He likes to travel. I don't think he's going to Gaza.
I'm at Giza. I'm at Giza.
Pyramids of Giza.
Sure.
Yes.
It's our first flight to Gaza.
Yep.
That name is out there.
I'm at Giza.
Yeah, we don't know a lot about the world, but
Freudian slip.
What's going on with his pyramids? Has he checked them out since we found out the new stuff?
I would assume he's got a couple shovels, and he's heading over there soon, and he's gonna just dig until
cylinders.
he finds what
What
he's
an
looking for.
interesting development, just out of nowhere too. Like, oh yeah, these things that everybody's wondered about forever. Let's add a little bit fucking more to that.
Yep.